Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today's video we're going to be doing something a little different than I've done before. I've never done a video like this, and if it works and y'all like it, I'll do more of them. So I'm kind of a historian when it comes to cartridges, especially rifle cartridges from the late 1800s all the way up to the what we call modern now, the 1950s. I love like Wildcat cartridges and stuff like that. And behind me I got one that I'm going to show you. It's a pretty cool little cartridge, and I'm going to do a comparison. So we're going to call this a cartridge comparison video. And if you want to see more of these, like and subscribe, let me know in the comments, and I'll do some more in the future. So what we have here is a round come out in 2019. It's relatively new. I'm sure everybody here's heard of it. The 350 Legend. So this thing has become really popular, and I'm gonna start out by saying I kind of fell for the hype. And don't get me wrong, this is not meant to bash this cartridge or anything like that. It serves its purpose, and the purpose that it serves, it does well. But I was kind of fell into the hype of this, and it was filling a purpose that I didn't need to be filled. But the states that require a straight cartridge with no bottleneck, this thing does outstanding. I kind of fell for the advertising. I seen the velocities and stuff, and went out and bought one. Well, actually I built one. I didn't buy one, but I built this on an AR platform. And I would actually like to have one. If I was going to do another one, I would have done it in a bolt action, but that's a different video. Alright, so what we're going to be comparing this to today is a cartridge that is 118 years old, the 35 Remington. So if you're not familiar with this cartridge, it was designed in 1906, and it was in the Remington Model 8. And then through the years after the Model 8, it was put in several different other guns. Marlin 336, it was kind of a lever action round for a long time. I think Henry chambered it. There's a lot of guns that's been chambered in, but it was originally the Model 8 Remington semi-automatic. And in 1908, this was a heck of a round. So the 35 Remington had a whole family of cartridges, the 25 Remington, 30 and 32, and they were based on a 30-30 rimless cartridge. So it didn't have the rim like a 30-30, and the 35 Remington in the same family was kind of a rimless 30-40 Craig. And this was produced by Remington, and like 1906 is when it was designed. So taking a 118-year-old cartridge, I think, and we're going to be comparing it to the now 4 or 5-year-old 350 Legend. When this thing was designed, or when it was advertised, it was advertised to be up there with the 30-30, and I mean, it does feel, the role that it's supposed to fill, and that's a straight wall cartridges for the state that, or a couple states. I know Ohio's one, and there's might be a couple more that I can't think of, but that don't allow, a bottle neck cartridge. So this fills that void very well. But here where I'm from, we can use bottleneck cartridges, and for me, this doesn't really feel anything, but it's a neat cartridge on its own. So let's compare the two. That's what this video is about. Got a little history on the 35, a little history on the 350 Legend, and let's compare them. So if you compare the ballistics to this and this, using old bullet design like this right here, the 35 Remington still has more energy and less drop out to like 175 yards. Now after that, this kind of starts taking over a little bit, and it still drops a lot at 300 yards, but it does kind of win after 175 yards. But if you take this 120-year-old design and put a modern bullet in it, what happens? The 35 Remington really takes off, and I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so we have a 350 Legend on the left and a old style bullet 35 Remington on the right. So if you look right out of the gate, we got a lot more energy, or not a lot more, but 100 pounds of energy more at muzzle. And then down through the chart there, you go to 100 yards, and this is zeroed at 200 yards, which is what the 350 Legend has on the box. So we're going to use that as a standard for both cartridges. So at 100 yards, the 350 is 4.4 inches high, and the old 35 is 5, but it has more energy by about 25-30 foot-pounds, which is not much. So really, I mean, the old bullet and the modern 350 is pretty much, you know, tit for tat. There's not a whole lot of difference. So I'll give you a second to look down the chart through there. I cut it off at 425 yards. I really don't think anybody's going to be shooting these cartridges out that far. So I'll give you a second to look at them, and now we'll go to the modern bullet. Okay, so the same thing as before, 350 on the left, 35 Remington on the right. So if you look right out of the gate, the 35 Remington has more energy. The drop is about the same for both, but we're going to look at the energy here. Out to 100 yards, the 35 Remington has about 250 pound-feet more energy. And out to 225, the 35 is still retaining over 1,000 pounds, whereas the 350 drops off, you know, below 700. And then out to 250 yards, the 35 is still right around 1,000, and the 35 is, you know, below 700. And if you look at that chart there, you know, it kind of, you can see the trend. And the difference is with these new modern bullets, the higher BC, they retain better energy, better wind resistance, and that's where these new bullets really excel in old cartridges. Alrighty, so you can see from that chart there that the 35 Remington with the old standard round nose low BC bullet, the 350 has a little bit of advantage over it. The drop's about the same, but the energy, you know, this thing loses a lot of energy really fast because of the blunt nose. But you know, with modern technology, bullets, and we got, you know, single shot rifles or bolt action rifles or whatever, where these flat nose bullets are no longer needed or necessity. You can put a spare point bullet in here and get a lot more performance out of it than you used to be able to. And that, you know, that new bullet is really going to excel in this cartridge versus this one, where it is already, you know, kind of maxed out. But like I said, this is not dissing the cartridges at all. One thing to note, and like the 35 Remington is a 358 diameter bullet. The 350 Legend is a 355. It's really hard to find good bullets in that 355 diameter. It's kind of a pistol bullet, and getting rifle ammo or rifle bullets in that diameter is a little tricky. And they've come around a lot more since this cartridge has come out, but my fear is this kind of fizzles out because it ain't going to be new anymore. Those bullets are going to disappear. And that's kind of the same thing with the 35 Remington too, though. I'm a huge fan of it. I got into the 35 Remingtons probably 15, 20 years ago, and back then you could find, you know, brass and bullets and you know, factory ammo at Walmart, and this thing's kind of going to the wayside too. It's hard to find anything for a 35 Remington. I've got a couple of them actually. I got one in the lever gun, I got one in a single shot, and it really shines in the single shot when you can get some, you know, modern high BC bullets in it. But that's just a comparison between these two cartridges. You know, for me, the winner is going to be the 35 Remington. If you hunt in Ohio or one of the other states, I'm sure this is your winner, and that's okay. But for me, I don't have any restrictions, so I'm going with 35 Remington. Alrighty, let me know in the comments what you think, and what your cartridge out of these two, what your pick is. And if you like these sort of videos, these comparison videos, let me know and I'll do more of them. Alright, thank you. See you next time.